say that was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
That was absolutely amazing. I'm surprised we got there on time, though.
I told you we'd get there okay. I told you I knew the way to the Jordan River.
Yeah, you knew the way, all right. You took us clear around the bend and through the trees and over the woods, and my goodness, I didn't think we'd ever make it.
We made it there in plenty of time.
Plenty of time. My feet are killing me. I had to run that last mile over the rocks.
I don't imagine I'd call that running what you did that last mile going there, but
Hey.
it was just the most amazing thing. And when that bird came swooping down over the water,
And then the voice from heaven came down.
oh, it was just amazing, just amazing. I cannot wait until we get back to Miss Polly's and tell everybody about what we saw.
Wait a minute, Sheriff.
What's wrong?
I don't think they're going to believe you down at Miss Polly's when you tell them a story like this.
Well, sure they'll believe me. They believe everything. I'm the sheriff. They believe everything I tell them.
Sheriff, they don't believe anything you tell them down there at Miss Polly's.
Well, I don't understand what you mean. Just last week we were down there, told them I caught a 20-pound bass out of Gizzard Creek.
Gizzard Creek. Sheriff, everybody in Living Good, Nebraska knows that there are no fish in Gizzard Creek, let alone a 20-pound bass.
There ain't no fish in Gizzard Creek?
There ain't no fish in Gizzard Creek.
Explains why I've been fishing now for 30 years and ain't caught nothing from it, I guess.
Yeah, I expect so.
Well, they believe that time I told them I was abducted by aliens and flew into outer space.
Outer space, Sheriff, they didn't believe that story neither.
They did?
No, you know when they were laughing? They weren't laughing with you.
They weren't?
No, Sheriff.
You mean they were laughing at me?
Sheriff, they knew that you were just telling stories. They just didn't want to hurt your feelings.
Well, sometimes I do maybe embellish the truth a little bit, but there just ain't nothing else ever goes on in living good, and I just kind of like spice things up a little bit.
Yeah, I know. Guess there ain't no harm in that sometimes.
But I reckon maybe this time we can maybe take John the Baptist back with us with the time machine, and I'll bet they believe me then if they saw him.
Oh, Sheriff, I don't think that's a good idea if we take John back.
Well, I don't see why not. I think he'd enjoy to have a filet mignon and a side salad and a big old tall glass of sparkling grape juice. Especially after that man's been eating locusts and honey for so many years.
Sheriff, this is John's time and this is John's place here. He belongs here, much like we don't belong here.
Well, I mean, he may have to change his clothes. I don't know how that whole camel hair thing will play out there in living good, but, you know, we could doctor him up a little bit. I think he'd fit in okay.
You really think the folk in Living Good would understand that we brought back somebody from biblical times to Living Good and eating filet mignon in Miss Polly's restaurant?
So what you're telling me is I can't tell nobody?
Sheriff, I think that this is the kind of story that we need to keep just between us.
Well, that just don't seem right. I gotta just keep it to myself, but okay, we just won't tell nobody about it, I guess.
And I think that'd be a good idea.
Although I think they'd enjoy the story.
They might enjoy the story, just like they enjoy all your other stories, but the thing is this one's true.
Well, all right. Well, what yonder's that fellow running up here for? What's he doing?
Hey, did you hear the news?
Well, what news would that be?
John the Baptist, they've sent him to prison. The king has ordered him to prison. I must go tell the others.
Wait. Oh, man, now I remember.
I just knew it! I just knew it! That man was trouble the first time I let out. I told you let that lunatic just go on, but no.
Sheriff.
Let him talk, Sheriff. Let him talk. And now look where he's at.
Sheriff.
What?
He didn't do nothing wrong.
Well, then why is he in jail?
Don't you read the Bible?
Well, of course I read the Bible, but I don't remember reading nothing about no prison in there.
What do you remember?
Oh, well, Mr. Bible scholar, I know it all. I read it all the time. You tell me why he's in prison.
Well, John's in prison because
Yes.
the king put him in prison because,
Yes.
well, how am I supposed to remember why he's in prison?
Well, don't you read the Bible, Trigger?
Well, here, how about if we just go to the prison and go see John and ask him ourselves?
Well, I think that's the only way we're going to find nothing out, because the Bible scholar sure doesn't know the answer.
I don't know everything, I guess.
Obviously not. Well, let's get going.
Let's go.
Let's go. Trigger.
Sheriff,
Where are you going?
I'm going to go to the prison to find John.
And why are you going that way for? This is the way to the prison.
I don't think so, Sheriff. I think this is the way.
Trigger, I'm the best cat tracker in the whole state of Nebraska. I think I could find her a jail. I am a sheriff, you know.
You're a cat tracker, not a jail tracker. Remember what happened last time? We almost missed the baptism of Jesus just because you wanted to go that way.
All right, we'll do it your way, but it better be the right way, and it better not be longer than what my way would have been.
This is the right way.
All right,
Let's go.
let's go. Oh, I know the way to the jail, Sheriff. Oh yeah, let's take the shortcut.
I was
I
sure.
don't think you know nothing.
Sheriff, I'm sure it's around here
I knew I
somewhere.
should have went my way. Can't believe we can't find a jail. I am a sheriff, you know.
Sheriff.
Oh, just listen to me,
Sheriff.
Sheriff. I know the way.
Sheriff.
What?
Look.
Look. It's the jail. I told you I knew where it was at.
Sheriff. John.
Howdy, John.
Hello, friends.
How are you?
I've been better.
What you doing in jail? How come you're in there?
Well, I was put in here by King Herod. I spoke the truth, and he didn't like to hear the truth, so he put me here in jail.
Well, I don't seem like nothing you ought to be put in jail for, just telling the truth.
Now I remember. See, you told Herod that it was wrong for him to have Herodias as his wife. And then he got upset and put you in prison. Now I remember.
Herodias? Well, who's that? And why can't he marry her?
Herodias is already married to the king's brother, Philip, so for her to be married twice would not have been the right thing. That's what I told him.
Well, that don't seem like nothing that I put you in prison for, telling the truth like that. Well, Trigger,
Yeah?
I just think we ought to break John out of prison.
You think?
I think we can do it. Just let me think for just a minute. Let me come up with some idea here.
Oh, Sheriff, I don't like
I got an idea. I got an idea.
Oh, no.
We just take our guns in blazing, and we'll just overpower the guards and take him out of there, and we'll be on our way with him. Put him in the time machine with us, and we'll take him back to Nebraska.
Sheriff, don't you remember you have no bullets in your gun?
Oh yeah. That would seem to create a difficulty there, wouldn't it?
Brother,
Let me think of something else.
don't hurt yourself.
I got it! I got it!
Oh, no. What now?
You go find some dynamite, and we'll just pile it up, a big old pile here right in front of the jail, and we'll blast the whole wall apart, and then we'll take John out of there and put him in the time machine with us, and we'll go home and we'll feed him a filet mignon and a side salad, a big old tall glass of sparkling grape juice.
Sheriff!
What?
We're in biblical times. They don't have dynamite now.
They don't have dynamite?
No.
No. Well, let me think again. I'll come up with some idea. I know I will.
Good grief, Sheriff.
I got it. I got it.
What now?
We take a rope. We tie it to the bars.
Yeah.
Tie it on to a big old steam engine. Start that baby up and just run this right here. We'll just pull them bars right out. That all he'll be out with us. Then we take him back to Nebraska with us. We have a filet mignon and a side salad. Big old tall glass of
Sheriff.
juice. What?
Sheriff,
What?
there are no steam engines in biblical times either.
Them people got no steam engines?
No.
How do these people function?
I don't know.
Well, I'll have to think of something else then.
Yeah, that's what worries me.
I got it. I got it.
Oh, what?
We're two big strapping boys. I say I just grab hold of one of them there bars, and you grab hold of my waist, and we'll pull, and we'll just bend the thing and pull it right out of there ourselves. We don't need no steam engine. Big old guys like us.
You guys see any problem with this plan? All right, Sheriff.
Just a minute, let me give you a chance here to loosen up a little bit.
We put down the time machine.
Be careful with that. Are you ready?
I don't think so.
We'll start right here.
Are you sure about
Let
this?
me get a handle on it. Are you ready?
All right.
Grab hold of my waist there and just get ready to pull. Are you ready? Oh!
shoulder joint. They're plumb out of place now.
Well, they're still there. Hard out of place.
You and your plans.
Well, I'll think of something else here. Just give me a minute.
You know, I appreciate what you fellas are trying to do for me, but it's okay. God put me here to prepare the way for Jesus, the Messiah, and that's what I've done. And even though I'm in prison, I know that God's got a plan for me, and I'm going to trust in Him to take care of me.
So you're saying you don't want us to break you out of prison?
No. But you know, King Herod sees you guys here talking to me. He might put you guys in prison too. So maybe the best of you.
That probably wouldn't be a good thing to be in prison here with you right now. Well, Trigger, maybe it is better if we just go ahead and go, because it sounds like John's just going to trust God, and God will take care of John right where we can.
I reckon so.
Okay, well, why don't you grab your time machine, and we'll just be moseying on down, and we'll just leave John here, and I'm sure God will take care of him like John thinks. So,
All right.
John, it was very nice to meet you.
Bye, John.
God bless you.
All right, Sheriff. Are you ready?
You ready to head back?
I'm ready to get back to Nebraska and have me myself a big old filet mignon and a side salad and a big old tall glass of sparkling grape juice. I just can't wait. Wait, hurry, we can probably make it back to Miss Polly's for the special.
All right, let's hurry. Let's see if I can remember how to work this thing.
Well, let's see, we were talking about Trigger Jr. and how smart he was, 12 years old in the second grade already.
Yeah, he's so cute.
He is so cute.
Yeah.
And then you were fooling around with some knobs or lever or something in there.
Yeah, that's right now, I remember. I did this. I moved this lever here and I said,
What?
Oh,
It's happening again, Trigger! It's an earthquake!
no, Sheriff, it's not very quick. I done told you already. It's a time machine.
Trigger! Well, I'm the sheriff, and I think I know an earthquake's going on right now. An earthquake is definitely not going on. Well, Trigger, where are we?
Well,
It looks like we're home.
I think we're back in Kansas, Dorothy.
Kansas?
Yeah.
You're shooting for Nebraska, and I ain't know Dorothy.
Oh, Sheriff, I done told you this already, too. Just an expression. You know, the Wizard of Oz, Dorothy.
The Wizard of what?
Oh, brother. Oh, Sheriff, never you mind. We're back in Nebraska.
You looked like home. You were kind of scared when you said we were in Kansas. That's an awful place to be. But,
Well, you reckon we ought to go down to Miss Polly's now?
well, I am awful hungry and everything. But,
All right, let's go.
But you know what?
What?
I kind of like to know what will happen to little John when he got out of jail. When do you reckon it will happen?
I reckon I don't right remember.
I bet he was there just a couple of days, and I bet in that couple of days they probably took him out. And I bet they made him a king or a governor or something like that. Would you imagine? He was a pretty smart guy and loved God and brave, and he was so brave in that jail.
I'll tell you what, Sheriff, let me go ahead and pull out the Bible and I'll just see what it says before we go down yonder and get some food.
Why don't you do that? I bet they made him a king. I bet him and that Jesus fella, I bet they got to be good friends. He was paving the way for him and all. I just can't wait to find out what he did. He was such an important man, I bet. What's it say, Trigger?
Sheriff,
What, Trigger? I can't wait. Just tell me. I'm so excited to hear it.
let's just go down and get some grub down at Miss Polly's. Come on now.
We'll get you down here in a little bit. I want to find out what happened to John.
No, Sheriff, let's just go.
No, it's not fair that you know and I don't. Where did he become the king of?
Sheriff, he didn't become no king.
He didn't?
He died.
Well, of course he died. He lived in biblical times. Of course he's dead. Everybody dies.
Sheriff,
What?
shortly after we left, the king had ordered he be killed.
The king ordered him to be killed.
Yeah,
Well, Trigger, he didn't do nothing. All he did was tell the king he couldn't marry that gal.
I know.
She was already married, so he didn't do anything wrong. But why would the king want him killed?
Well, the king had made a promise to his wife's daughter, and well, he didn't know what she was going to ask, and she wanted him dead, and that's what she asked, and He promised that he'd do what she asked, and that's what he did.
Well, that just don't seem right that John would have been killed like that. He didn't do nothing.
I know it, but you know what, Sheriff? He stood up for what was right. He led his life doing what he knew was the right thing and preaching the word. You know, we can admire him for that. He did what God expected, and he followed God's plan.
So what you're saying is we don't really need to be all sad that John died and everything, because he's in heaven right now. He did what God wanted him to do.
Exactly.
So we don't need to be sad.
No, he was brave. He stood up for what was right. You know, whatever happens in your life, as long as you're doing what God wants you to do, it's okay.
All of a sudden, I'm not so sad about John. I'm kind of happy we met him. He was a pretty good old boy, wasn't
He
he?
was a good guy. Now, let's go down to Miss Polly's.
I tell you what, we will. I'll buy yours a big old filet mignon and a side salad and a couple of big old tall glasses of sparkling grape juice. I just can't wait. Let's go.
Let's go.
I just can't wait till next week to find out where we go. We are going to go somewhere else, aren't we?
Oh, Sheriff.
I'd like to go meet some of the famous presidents.
This thing is going right in the garbage when we get back to the jailhouse.
Well, are you sure? Because we had kind of fun. I'd like to meet that Benjamin Franklin guy. I think he'd be
No,
kind of
we're not
fun.
meeting anybody.
Maybe Thomas.